Good evening. Um, it's been a little minute since I was able to reach out to you guys simply because the storage on my phone is acting crazy, so I am unable to edit the way I would like. So the videos that I will be posting will be non-edited, which is annoying because you don't need to see all the bloopers. The bloopers aren't cute and funny like how they do on TV. They are just what? You know what I mean? But anywho, um, I'm sitting here thinking, winding down. I had off today. It's MLK. Shout outs to him. We have to pay homage to him. I seen a post from Michelle Obama. Don't criticize me because I know we're pro her, and I totally am. But I seen that I really didn't even fully read it, so I could be misinterpreting. But from a glance, it looked like she was saying, in honor of his name, register to vote and utilize that option to vote. And if you've seen my voting video that was done like 2 years ago, I was very clear about where I stand on voting. And when it comes to our ancestors and those who paved the way, I strongly believe that, you know, they fought for us to have the right to vote, you know, to have that option. But in the time that we are living in and the options that we have out there, it doesn't always require an option because at the end of the day, the government is going to do what they want to do regardless, as we can see what's happening right before us in our very own eyes. But I also believe in, if you really don't believe in the options that are there, you shouldn't feel pressured to vote for somebody because one may be over, the other, but they're both clowns. You feel me? So I feel that when it comes to our ancestors and MLK, Martin Luther King, um, I feel as though they will respect us more for fighting and taking a stance on what we do believe and what we don't believe. So if we don't believe in what is out there as options to vote, I don't think that will beat us up for it. You know what I mean? And that's just realistically speaking. If they haven't taught us anything, our most profound ancestors in history, they have taught us to fight for what you believe in. And they fought for what we believe in. They fought for equality. And they fought for us women to have a platform and for us to be able to sit at the table with other, middle class races, you know what I mean, of the other race, to say the least. They fought for so much, you know what I mean? And if you didn't gain anything from it, I just say gain if you if you stand wait. Let me rewind that. If you didn't learn anything and if you didn't gain anything, just know that if you fall for anything, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm a little tipsy. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm also tired. But that's like one of my favorite quotes. If you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. So if what you believe in requires you to not vote, then by all means, you are not judged for not voting in my book. You are 100% supported, and I do believe that our ancestors would agree. But if you're just not doing your due diligence or you just don't care, that's you. You know what I mean? Like I said in the past, like sometimes I just got caught up in life and before I knew it, it was time to vote and I had zero information on anybody. So I did this rushed research and gained absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? But anywho, to say the least, that's not why I'm coming to you guys today. Outside of thinking about that, it channeled me to go in a different direction in my mindset and in my thoughts, which is somewhat of the same thing. But I started to question men in my head. Who hurt you? Who hurt you? You know what I mean? I think that's a question that needs to be taken very seriously. I asked that question today. And out of all the times I could have and should have asked that question, I haven't. It didn't come to mind. But this is for our black men, those who are fathers, those who have criminal records, those who didn't graduate, those who are fulfilling successfully in the streets or unsuccessfully, those who don't have any home training, those who were taken advantage of, molested, all of those men that channeled their pain in the worst way. Who hurt you? I feel like a lot of men don't deal with the childhood version of themselves. And therefore, if it's not us women who suffer, because we got a lot of strong black women or whatever, we got a lot of strong women nowadays, it is the children that suffers. And the question still remains, who hurt you? Who hurt you? You know what I mean? Like, who hurt you to create this character, this monster, this being, this person that you are portraying to be? Or maybe not even portraying, like, this is who you are. Who hurt you to bring you to this point? Who did it? You know what I mean? I remember when I was seeking therapy for my own personal issues, one of the things that was required for us to do, which I'm pretty sure anybody that has ever been to counseling or therapy sessions have been asked to do, is write a letter to the person who hurt you. And if you could write a letter to that person who hurt you, one, would it just be one letter? Would it be one letter addressed to one person, or multiple letters addressed to different people, or multiple letters addressed to one person? And what would it say? You know what I mean? So this is more so of a reflection video for anybody that is watching that have exude some type of negative characteristics about themselves that cause them to be a certain type of way in life, because it's all been rooted back to the childhood them. I have experienced that. I'm still going through that in life right now. Turning 32 this year, I am still going through that. Who hurt me? You know, one of my triggers is rejection. That is the number one trigger I have, is rejection, because it was something that happened to me as a child. I was rejected by just multiple people in my family, and I continued to be rejected by my family. And then I got rejected, you know, growing up by other people. And those are the people who hurt me. And the person who I am today, you know what I mean, has me facing the question, who hurt you? They hurt me. And that's why I am sheltered. That's why I keep my friends to a minimum. That's why I don't deal with my family at all. That's why I left my relationship, because of all the hurt and the rejection that these people has caused me. Okay? I think it's just really important for us to truly know thyself. You know that Drake song, Know Thyself? I love that song, number one. But one of the biggest reasons why I love that song is for the name itself, Know Thyself. You know what I mean? You cannot deal with your past traumas and you cannot correct the current you if you don't know thyself. We have too many people these days sitting there lying about their childhood, lying about what's been exposed to them as a child, as an adult, lying about their experiences and what they've been through and what pain and traumas that has occurred, lying about the mistakes that they caused themselves, lying about what they chose to accept. That has created this obscene monster to where a person can't even identify themselves. You ever been there? When you hear yourself or look at yourself and you're just like, I don't even know who you are. When you get to that point, ask yourself, who hurt you? And really dig deep to understand why, who, what, when, where, how. You know what I mean? Get to that point so that you can move forward. That pain still rests inside me, but I am stronger because I can face it. A lot of us don't like to face what we are afraid of. When I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch like secular anything. My mom had this satellite dish that was called Sky Angel, and it was literally a whole Christian based satellite dish that only has Christian channels and music channels and all types of Christianity stuff. Okay? And one of the messages I got out of it that stuck to me as a child going into adulthood, as to the woman I am today, was this cute little puppet show, because it wasn't good shows to watch, honestly, as a kid on that freaking satellite dish, but we did come across a lot and we did learn a lot. Talking about me and my siblings. And one of the things that I came across was face your fears right in the eye. It was like a song, face your fears right in the eye, right in the eye. You know what I mean? And that has never left me. You know what I mean? And I feel like we have a lot of cowards amongst ourselves where it's not even comfortability when we're dealing with certain people in our life that bring us very toxic situations that we just refuse to walk away from. It is the coward in us to face the aftermath. You know what I mean? So right now I am dealing in a place of not complacency, but I'm dealing in a place of the aftermath, which causes me to face my fear in the eye. My fear was what I'm facing right now. And when you're in that fear, those feelings are very uneasy. It tends to go up and down, left and right, smacks you in the forehead 1 second. Next thing you know, you're calm, cool, and collected. This is part of that fear. But it's not fear because God has not given us the spirit of fear. And when you have God walking beside you, He's walking with you through that. You know what I mean? Like Psalms 23, yea, Though I walk through the shadows of the valley of the death, but I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. That's what I get going through this very thing I was very much afraid of. I just wanted to express this tonight because my mind is all over the place with a lot of different emotions and experiences and truths and things that I was afraid to face, but I bossed up and I did it and I faced it and I'm facing it, but I'm not facing it alone. You feel me? So I wanted to come here to express all of that to you guys and just let it be known. Whatever you are facing, whoever hurts you, you can overcome those fears. Okay? Like, it's going to take some time and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of pressure. You are going to have a lot of highs and a lot of lows, but this is your moment right here. This is your moment to take the wheel with the help of Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. But what you don't realize is he guides us. He doesn't actually navigate, okay? We are the navigators of our life because God has gave us the option. Period. He has given us the option to choose the direction we want to go. And when you allow God to navigate your life, there are going to be some mounty terrains that are going to be rocky. Okay? And you just got to brace yourself. And I look at it like those commercials when they got the SUV and those Jeeps that's just driving through the mountains all rocky and they're just killing it. You know what I mean? Them cars be killing it in the commercial. That's what I be thinking. That's what I'm thinking right now. So, yeah. I just found it necessary to come to you guys tonight because there was a word that you needed to hear. And if you receive it, if you got it, you know what to do. Okay? But I think my time is up. I'm not trying to overextend my welcome as always. Okay? But thank you so much for checking me out. And I hope to see you again later. Peace and love and harmony. And